Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Path of the Prophets. Today we are in Old Cairo at Imam Shafií's mausoleum, and unfortunately it's closed by government order. So if you're coming to visit here, please check into everything ahead of time so that you don't get sent away and get disappointed. I'm a bit disappointed. I was really hoping to go in and visit. Because he's one of the great scholars of the Islamic world, and also part of the human legacy of knowledge seeking. He's a key contributor, and he was a poet, he was a writer, he was a scholar. If you can see up on top of the dome, it shows there's a boat up on top of the dome. And that's representative of, he was called a sea of knowledge, and he was known for his prodigious memory. I'm not particularly knowledgeable about him nor of his school at this point, but inshallah I will gain more knowledge and insight into his tradition and his legacy as we move forward, inshallah. I have a lot of respect for all of the founders of the madhabs, and the Shafi'i school is known for its scholarly endeavors and excellence. But it's also interesting when we visit these places. We're coming for a number of reasons. One is to connect with our tradition on a deeper level, to connect with the teachings of the particular person who might be buried in the location or who spent time teaching and learning, praying, contemplating, fasting in a particular location, living in a location. We're also connecting with all of the people and places connected to him or her. And in this case, the Imam, he's considered to be the founder of the Shafi'i madhab. And I'm sure many of you are much more familiar with this than I am, but it's like, I like the idea of connecting with people from around the world, because many people follow this madhab here in Egypt, all across East Africa, from Somalia down to Tanzania. You'll find in India, which is predominantly Hanafi. There is a substantial community in Kerala in southern India that follows this madhab. You'll also find people, like a huge number of Shafi'i followers in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and other areas throughout the Middle East and the Muslim world. But those are where they're most influential and predominant. And it's just beautiful to have the opportunity to connect, like by connecting with this place. Like, let me just put it like this. When I first traveled outside of the States, I went to Africa seeking to learn about Islam, and from various angles, historical, cultural, etc. And I've been very influenced by and interested in the Persian Sufi poetry initially, Rumi and Attar in particular. And I wasn't as interested in the Islamic tradition as it was expressed in West Africa, but Allah sent me there. And ever since, I've seen how it's unfolded, and for some very important reasons. But when I went to Timbuktu and these areas up along the lovely Niger River, and the River Bani, at Djenné, Dogon country, Dogon, like, it was interesting because it brought the stories to life, and it made everything much more interesting and real to me. So, like, when I teach, I always encourage my students to have a full sensory experience of the people and places that we are studying. So if we are studying, say, a region of West Africa, then we're going to try West African foods and drinks. We're going to listen to the music. We're going to listen to the cadence of the language. We are going to take a holistic approach to learning. We are going to listen to the Quran recited with as it would be, as some of the Malikis would be reciting it, or listen to some Sufi dhikr from some of the local, the local Turuk, which include the Tijani and the Qadiriya. So Forgive my mispronunciations, but my whole point is that when we connect with a location, like some people, they say, oh, you shouldn't visit tombs or mausoleums. And I disagree with this premise. Like, you know, first off, I'm not here asking for intercession from anyone. I'm also not seeking to pray to anyone. I'm very aware of idolatry and what idolatry is. And I know that idolatry is actually mistakenly devoted an unhealthy attachment to false conceptualizations of people, places, things, or ideas. So what we are doing here is seeking to connect with the tradition, connect with the scholarly tradition, connect with the tradition of the madhab, connect with the people and the cultures connected to that madhab and their histories, because this now brings it more to life for me. And now when I engage in study and read about the madhabs, or I read about the imam, or I'm studying about the various peoples, the Somalis, the Indonesians, Bahasa language, whatever it might be that has connections to this madhab, to this imam, it's brought to life and more real. So I would encourage you that when you are studying, to take a holistic approach, a multi-sensory, multidisciplinary approach to connecting to the people, places, and things. And we don't do it in an attached manner. We stay warmly non-attached. We're seeking to see people, places, things, and ideas as they really are, not as we imagine them to be, not as we hope them to be, not as we want them to be, not as we prematurely think them to be. We are sifting a wide range of data in order to see things clearly and accurately, to process information properly. And so it's very important to connect with the genuine scholars of not only our tradition, but of the vaster human tradition. Because we need to learn how to learn, and to learn and seek excellence in all we do. So I just want to honor and respect Imam Shafií and his legacy, his tradition, and all those who follow in his footsteps, seeking knowledge even to the ends of the earth, because he was known as a traveler, among other things. And I believe he was also Ahlul Bayt. I believe he was descended from the Prophet, peace be upon him. I could be wrong about that. Please correct me in the comments and let me know your thoughts about and also look for the positives. You know, look for the commonalities and the connecting points that we share. You know, our diversity is a mercy. So anyway, I'm very thankful to be here, even if it's just for a few minutes, even if I don't get to go inside and sit and contemplate and learn directly. You know, like it's beautiful to at least be in this vicinity for a moment and connect with the tradition moving forward on deeper and deeper levels. May we all come out of our miseries. May we all make the deepest sajda, the deepest tawbah and tazkiyah, and may we be rectified and made whole, and may we all return to a garden life together, inshallah. Till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.